control panel. He grabbed the handle and pulled the lever up. As the water lock starts moving.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the sky.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur. For cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. A black bloc. A part of the city left unrenovated after the war.
On aerial photos, bloc obscur.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime. Yes, for you to scavenge like a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and errant.
It's not meant as nagging. Just an...
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into...
worn and beaten wooden planks of the...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose, moderate. I know you do. These inter-Isolari pants are like you're a little more moralist now, buddy.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must...
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young cop and...
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean...
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was... No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of him, of course. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor. Or...
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was...
This man is your half-brother. Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of Fel...
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and weathered.
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. You're probably more familiar with RT.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive... Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or it was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and Faraday ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home, which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants. Reim. Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here.
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
Tape computers. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example was the Mars Decree. I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies.
A short-lived legislative.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to River Shawl on her... I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying...
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the...
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little... freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort.
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Wompty Dumpty Dum. What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Ju?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to... In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary setting fire to the precious device. Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sort... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're old. But of course, what else? No, thanks to you for having...
Pick your brain, if anything.
Yes?
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have... Dripping water falls from... There's rust and corrosion on the bars.
No, I won't even try. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad. Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm...
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. I don't know. Sleeping? What do people do under boats? Huh?
Sarcastic self-pity. I understand the situation looks grim, but
Think of it as a salvation. These are some wonderfully regular pens. You're a little more moralist now.
Colonel Mikhail. You officers.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
He's just make.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
He's just make.
No way. Mikhail's a little tired.
The man's.
But I assume you're not.
This. Wow. Get a load of this guy. He.
Aha! What, not a lot of...
Hold on. What's R&D? It looks old and.
Apologies. You're probably...
Mea culpa.
That's not so... They started... Still. It was here in my... And which is a feat. Indeed.
The revolution.
Unfortunately, their moonshot... All of this was built by Feld. Even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez... Yes, they...
A pleasure we...
Perhaps remind.
Yes. To lure in... Oh, I'm afraid it didn't...
Wait. Is he saying that we should just bypass that?
Tape computers. They used them. What's the Mars Dec...
Assuredly.
It's a beautiful piece of... I tried to get me...
The kid takes a peek at the green and.
Actually, no one...
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a
Wait. He did it. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dums?
the Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The... In fact, I'm not. But perhaps I should return.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Even one would be very useful. Yes, do you... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end. But of course, what else? No, thanks.
Pick your brain.
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Wow, you seem stable and in control. Now what do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. The suit, the sunglasses, the haircut. He's famous. That's how you know his face. You know what it is. It's like the two of you know it.
Oh, I definitely know you.
Another life.
Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life... To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. Somewhere good. Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? No, because in this thought experiment we are police officers in a police station.
Come on. Stop it.
Oh no. You see, I enjoy watching other better cops solve crimes. And let me tell you,
This isn't helping.
you're not going to believe this, but yes sir, solving crimes, locking up bad guys and just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly extravagant like you. Oh, it's you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, not even a little.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just
He's trying to protect you from further rough handling, dished out by the sunglass. Okay, yes, you get the joke. Leave it at that.
Neither can I, partner.
It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something. A gram of
I'm not getting involved.
It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the woman beside him. Oh boy, they're...
Not as famous as you, superstar.
Yeah, it's still irony.
No, not entirely. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count.
He didn't answer your question.
Watch out for you.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when called?
Oh, really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from? Okay then. It's probably a coincidence.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird. There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy, and you'll probably... Yes, just cross it off the list.
Again? I can't believe this shit. I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. What'd you say? God fucking shit.
None of this is great news for... Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind.
No.
No, he does.
If I wasn't clinically depressed, I'd burst out laughing. But I'm gonna go with no right now. Actually,
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things.
Hear that? Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You're not shitting me, Millen. I can smell it all the...
We're getting to it. There have been complications.
I would love to, but I'm busy fucking off and not cramping your style. I don't know. Why? Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? Let's do the old... So, do you know who hanged him? Yeah, I can... I don't know. Oh my god, there's more.
The woman in an RCM.
I would really prefer...
A patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM. Below lieutenant.
Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real...
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess...
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't wronged me. Okay, fine.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Am I from? God, he doesn't know.
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be...
Can I actually help you with some?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask? Oh, what? Actually, never mind. Don't tell me about it.
Wackathon? Shit show? Pity party?
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. Hi. So what brings you here? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center.
Hi again, gendarme. You did? And how did you like him? I told you he can be very useful. I guess that's a visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going bring... Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get to... That he won't be there when times get tough. It is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Some kind of superstar. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. It's 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the silence. You ring what an ominous... Just seeing the words, Andro. All you hear is static, but no one. You ring the doorbell. You wait for a minute or two, but all you get from the call...
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. Kuno doesn't...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
There was a touch of discomfort there. She nods.
Until you come up with something at that intersection, I'm afraid I have little else to tell you. But the two,
Or not. Though,
as eager as I am to share it,
She simply nods.
of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time. This is it, the scene of the party, the fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles all evident. Not as such. I'm talking about what came after. Looks like they were here a while, judging from all the bottles. The sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to. A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the ice. It must be cold and lonely down there. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely invest.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening. Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. I'd say the vehicle has been... Let's wait for the low tide.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The Joyrider must have left something good inside. The Joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this Joyrider. Maybe he's from...
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old rusty, the hinges creak under your weight. Dangerous. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. The tune on your lips forms a string. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking, two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside. Look, the wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a top. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I believe it's following a pattern set millions of years ago by cosmic forces.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd. It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, yes, 41.
It's as if he knows what it stands for. But does he know something about that speed racer?
A precinct, yes. A police precinct. Precinct 41. Your...
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and oh God, Harry. Oh God. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
A police badge on which you see the photo.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of it. You see a photo, a name. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, but the badge is new. You used an 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather... What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression. Although it looks like the badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their son.
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harry.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it.
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. And sometimes, they just prefer the type of police work available to the
heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which, in turn, was...
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, kings like satellite officers.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary. Good.
Such a small yet precious thing.
That's just the serial number. Revachol.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative...
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were... A new badge usually comes with a new rank.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover.
It's no wonder you are like...
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from... And you? Is it an honor to work with you? The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it. Catch.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called... The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since... The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was...
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts.
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry. Soon. Aye. Sunny days.
No, ma'am. We have no...
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it was...
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain stream.
In time, when the sea turns and the wind...
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
Let's see. Who are you looking for? I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like snowmen. 2 odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like. Right. Not only snow...
Oh, you're getting it. And it is gorgeous.
I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much into the middle-class ones either. I wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your...
She seems genuinely sorry for not being able to help you.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids, pick nets. Right now I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurants. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea...
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cargo in general.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest in floaters. Seen enough of them in my life already. Very unattractive bunch. Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly. Guns are expensive and fragile, I think. Besides, I got kids. Can't have guns. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time. Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why...
Gone. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there drunk like a... Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for... Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy, nor... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Oh? Who? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran. Possibly.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I still have a golden ear. Come, come. Oh, welcome, police officer.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble. No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men he was boarding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
Oh, the usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here. As I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage, and not a lot of houses. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Stay? That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room in the shack. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. Aye, the room is pretty bare bones, but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here. An uncomplicated man. I take it that means you're interested. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you.
He's a little relieved you're no longer, should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only.
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing. An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be. After the war, it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shock veterans. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. And the goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the... And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's... Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here at least. If it wasn't for... Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys. Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some...
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find. She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not much. There's the abandoned church, the Dolor. Some things just don't fly, officer. Look around.
So...
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accident.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Well, there's that music. Music from across the sea. And now, suspicious-looking people are sneaking around the church.
Interesting. You could look into this ruckus.
Before you get to the church, there's some ruins. An apartment complex? Or some kind of electrical plant? I don't know exactly. A pre-war place. It used to be something. Of note? The old fish market up on the boardwalk. But it's closed. No one. That's why it's closed. Now, what catch we do bring in goes straight into a lorry. What? You're one of those real estate people with big plan? Used to be a supply depot. We think. Sending goods and ammo across the bay. It's jammed shut, and now you know everything there is to know about this coast. Me? No one. Just an old washerwoman. Mother called me Isabel. Now it's your turn, Mr. What a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them.
The door has seen.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to check. After we are done with the day,
The key turns. On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. The water reflects back a vague image of your face. Nose. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, adorned with the expression. It belongs in the new, the third decade. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. Forget about ostentation. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, Boîte de Nuit, somewhere in Revachol West. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub. The click is used to spur on a horse. Sometimes you like to add fingerprints. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression looking good on you. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic, not really. Oh, must have just stirred your mind. They're more like a disco rock. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman. You use the small mirror and the straight razor. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching. They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you. as if the water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven. You almost look like a professional. The bed is comforting. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a step. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the. This one doesn't say anything.
Lily's our mum.
The stone kicker laughed. The other one laughed. Wow, so intellectually stimulating. The stone kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden.
He looks just like me.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock.
You're bad with kids. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Oh,
Where did you get this?
found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police.
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. Yes! I am! Little Lily. You know my mom? That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything. Yes. They don't want to play with me. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell. They look identical. It's a grouse.
Wasn't Gar, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
I don't know. Sure. Just go.
All right. You just need to grab it from the ceiling and go.
It's Lammy. He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye!
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The one.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really...
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with...
Congratulations. That's the goal.
curly-haired little boy kicks a...
Yes. Yes.
It doesn't look like he knows what that means. The noxious odor emanating from the drum.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't you call Abigail? Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you...
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Don't call her.
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. So what's happening? Yeah, Tequila Sunset.
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image. Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies. We are safe.
Please!
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're... So now, it's a pirate's life for me. It's you. We've met before.
No, you sure don't.
Aha. Do you want to know? Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset. Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the... Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere up.
Do you remember the sound of wood?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just... Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewski. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right. The time hath... So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, the time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things! After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and we ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were... Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences, and we asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on. No, that's just what your mother called you. Your hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, how they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad.
Wow. That...
Yeah. I bet Tequila's a fucking legend.
If you only knew.
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got
No one's fucked me.
Abigail! It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say... You're still working through, beside your gun and your badge? You said some... In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage? You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers who...
It's more like you were
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the... Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Yeah, you said that you'd really behaved unreasonably and failed to uphold your responsibilities as a rep. You kept apologizing for... You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs." Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. It depends, really.
You might get scammed here.
No, the reality of the situation... Booze! Did you already forget our... So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a store. Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call...
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior... I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural... I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm. But the burden of leadership, 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially... It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, but now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're just...
His eyes are clouded. His eyes are your...
So I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. Wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have... Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pocket. I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them.
Heavy is the head.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long...
Why didn't you go to...
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any... I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen. Yeah, maybe I've exaggerated, sir, but what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway...
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a... I used to own my reality situation. Now, I can't hang on to anything. Just last week, I stole...
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Yeah, exactly. If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. My agency. man. I convinced my partners to I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who would develop...
Sounds intriguing. What say you? If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
I know! It was fucking awesome! Too bad... What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go...
You really shouldn't touch it.
That might be the right idea. This here is one of the last of its kind.
By primo, he means possibly carcinogenic. Lycra, TM, was a synthetic fabric developed by manufacturers in the... It's also known to become extreme...
Wow, you're lucky.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosemary. We're right next to the bay. My fellow members...
Hey! Tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary.
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call up.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together. I'm all ears, Tequila. I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my... Cotton mouth is keeping my tongue imprisoned. You too.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine. Aye, by amphetamine I mean speed. Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. Aye. Good, my man. Now what... Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here. You see, friend, man makes his own luck. And I bought cigarettes, bought beer.
The hook. Where is it? I can't see it.
Of course. It is what it is. See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to...
What?
Keep him talking.
This guy. Oh, this is medicinal spirits. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's the post. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter, and it really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all. But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to take like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Through the snakes, 2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you...
Don't say it.
Yeah, be careful. It's extreme.
Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside your nose. In all fairness, that might be attributed to the retro...
So, what's the deal, friend? 3 real and it's yours, friend.
Well done. That's a much more reasonable price right there. Makes sense now.
Just make sure to enjoy.
Harry, we're just going to store this one as a sellable item, okay? We're not going to let you kill yourself by drinking it. That's just not an option.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking, chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit. Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of... There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away. Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle. Hurrying, the wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornament, nothing happens.
I don't think that's going to work.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together. You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen. It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor. He takes off his glasses and uses a...
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests Junior. For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior dealing. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called... I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just...
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building...
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
Yes, the pulsing bass. A sure sign of junior delinquent.
There's something on the sea ice there. As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away. As the plates reorient to the hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets, where for the day you have to fight. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away. The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. He looks a little dismayed when he gets it back crumpled. However, it should be easier to peel the sticker off now. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day. the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door has...
It's military. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you!
It's safe to assume this is their leader. Or at least he thinks he is. A pane of eternite has been planted, barely holding it up. It could fall over.
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic.
Oh.
It's cold out here, but everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one.
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you.
So should you. I don't know, some kind of a store?
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features.
Why? Okay, it's Berg.
A very. You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show.
This is a portable recording device. Actually just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. A contact mic records sounds from inside.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No. You're welcome.
Yeah, I record stuff with it. Sure. The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum. Oh man. You haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person. I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Okay. Recording. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. My boyfriend, I don't know, man. Thing.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tape. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed I don't really know what I'm doing. They used.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that.
It's okay.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat. That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not. Yeah.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in. Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Go ahead. It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, except that, yeah. You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles, microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that. I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. Hey, you two are cops. Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. Because there are some strange... They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? No. Not really.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
It's Noid's. Yeah, I guess you could say that. To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about them. He'll... Go ahead. Well, it's just questioning, right?
Fast and clean. A good one. Can't quite say it's a lie, but if...
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people. Rich people are east of the river. Bet they like it that way.
You keep them rich.
The usual. I had a... You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly...
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
Is this a rhetorical question?
Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto. We are Jamrock, sort of. Martinez is called North.
Jamrock is a district of Revachol comprised of the following quarters: Pox, Villa.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
The girl is truly proud of herself.
I'll try.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover.
Okay.